know how funny it is? A year and a half later, just going, Happy New Year, Jojo. Or just love heart.
Gabbie Hanna, have you met her?
Yes.
I know Lewis was saying that you might have had like an encounter with her.
So she was in my flat with what's her name? Corinna Kopf. Like it was really weird.
Oh God, yes.
Oh, don't tell Charlie.
Charlie's
that.
Oh yeah.
Like a really weird time in my life. Like looking back, it's like, why the fuck did this happen? So this was when Alex was doing really well. So people in LA were taking note of Alex, and people wanted to know Alex very a lot back then. And obviously they still do now, but not in the sense of LA YouTube. Like he was blowing up in LA, and he was going to move, I think, at one point as well. I'm glad he didn't, though, for his own health. And there was this one moment which climaxed in it was Gabbie Hanna and Corinna Kopf came over to my flat with Fraser, which was a fucking state, and I was just kind of like sat there in my shorts, just being like, what is going on here? Like, this is just like a very like weird experience. And I remember it was just after Christmas, so my grandparents always used to get me like a box of Gillian chocolates, and I just put them on the table. I was like, maybe this will be like kind of like welcoming, like welcome here. I've got some chocolates on the table. And Gabbie Hanna, I was like, oh yeah guys, if you want any of those, like fucking go for it. I'm not gonna have them. And Gabbie Hanna turned to me and went, you look like the kind of guy who likes chocolate. And Alex just looked at me like, and I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna make some fucking videos about you, Gabbie. Like, how about that?
Well, Happy New Year, Gabbie.
No, I didn't matter. It didn't matter to me. But this was at the climax of all of the monster shit. So she came over and I just made a video on her singing, and she was like, "Have you made a video about me?" And I was like, yeah, it's just a joke one. It wasn't a joke. It's a joke.
That's so strange with Gabbie Hanna, because like I thought you'd be such a nice person. She looks like such a nice person.
Oh, she didn't mean anything bad for it. Like, don't get me wrong. She wasn't like trying to fat shame me in my own flat. I think she was just like trying to make conversation, and it really didn't work.
Was it an awkward setting?
Oh, it was all right. Like we were just chilling. It was fine.
I think I'd lose composure if Corinna Kopf was in my room.
Charlie, come on.
Oh, how do you mean how?
She's just a normal girl.
Is she?
Yes.
I was very drunk. I was very drunk at that period in my life. So like everything that kind of happened was a bit of a blur. This was in my bad period, bear in mind. And I had uni the next day. I remember thinking like I had a test the next day, which was quite important. And they were like, yeah, we're going to go to the casino. Do you want to come to the casino with us? And I was like, nah, I'm probably just going to go to bed. And then they left.
We went to the casino. Imagine going to the roulette table and just seeing Gabbie Hanna just laying down flat stacks. Just putting down fucking everything on red.
Fun, to be honest. But I haven't spoken to either of them since.
Just them two?
No, I think they went with like more YouTubers. But at that time, I was just a bit distant. I was just like, I'd much rather just have Memulus in my flat drinking some whiskey with me than going to a casino with people I don't even know. Like, I totally get the whole like LA vibe of like, yeah, networking. We're like all here to meet each other and be friends and shit. But I don't really care. Like, it's more like if I like spending time with someone, well, like, sure, let's do it at a casino. But if I've met you for the first time, the last thing I really want to do is be in a situation where I can't even really speak to you. Like, I would much rather just chill in a flat and have a few drinks, you know? Or like go to a pub than go to a casino and have a night out.
The only thing I do at the casino is go to the bar. Like, they have bars and stuff at the casino. I lose my money, so I don't gamble, but every single time. So, I mean, like, that is an option. I can completely understand probably wanting to sit at home and just chill with probably a glass of your nice new whiskey or something, which would be probably fun.
It's a really weird one. Like, that was just such a weird experience to ever happen to someone. And I'm kind of glad it showed me that I don't really care about how popular people are. Like, here are two people who are at the time were like very important in the vlog squad even. And I was just there like, there's just some YouTubers in my house. I'm going to go to bed. And that was it. You know,
that's a good trait to have, though, mate. I'm not gonna lie. I think you speak about how you know, when you're like networking with new people and everything, some people seem quite facetious in trying to meet.
Yeah, I'm not down with that. I'm always very knowledgeable of the fact that when some people talk to me, it's like you're talking to me to get closer to George, Will, and Alex. It's like you're not talking to me to be a friend. You know? Yeah, I think it's always something you've got to be like, especially when you're in my situation where, like, in and of myself, like, sure, I've got a few numbers on the internet, but the people that are around me are insanely famous in the United Kingdom. Like, Will, people just know who he is. People who just know who George is, and Alex.